Yeah, so we got the good news, bad news story today. Yeah, good news is we had some more rain. Bad news is grass is growing. Get on the mower. Okay, yeah, all right, hey, welcome to Season 6, Episode 16 of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry, that would be me. We are powered by Home Hardware, Grantham Home Hardware to be specific. We are also presented by Niagara Parks Commission, Sandra's Home Healthcare, Verge Insurance, Ace Alignment, and Mac Outpost. We welcome all those folks once again to the program and thank them for their support. Down here, Ladies and Germs is specialities at our home every couple of weeks here for the show. Fiddler's Poorhouse, downtown St. Catharines, 149 St. Paul Street. And what a beautiful, calm, cool day it is. We go from scorching, I don't even want to be out here weather, to this lovely breeze. That's nice. Also, we are produced executively and otherwise by WeeStream, Canada's premier streaming service. And we have a rather unique way of beginning the program today. And I don't want you to go away because this is something that is pretty much unheralded in what we have seen here in Niagara, like maybe ever. We know these people exist. We know they walk among us. It scares the bejesus out of us when we realize that they do walk among us. And when I say they, I'm referring to this one person in particular from Grimsby. Yes, big Niagara connection. This is probably video you have never seen before. This is no doubt a story you have never been exposed to, except maybe over the last couple of days. But we are going to bring you up to speed and expose, or I should say, shine a light on something pretty disturbing. And we'll get to that in just a few seconds. So hope you can stay with us. And we're getting ready to get ready. Okay, we're plugged in and pretty much ready to go. Now, before we get to the story, that is the elegant television set here that we have here at Fiddler's Poorhouse, downtown St. Catharines. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Kevin Jack, technical producer as well as executive producer and co-founder of WeeStream. Without him, none of this would be possible today. So it's always a pleasure to work with Kevin. We'll talk to you more about his business and what we're doing later. But before we go any further, I do want to mention we do have some other guests coming up on the program. Peter and Trish Chiasson of the Blue Star Cafe, the new owners of the Blue Star Cafe in Welland. This is a big deal, quite a big transition for them. They're going to be joining us about 12:25, 12:30, somewhere around there today. Also, Paul Coates is the chair of the host committee for 2025 Minto Cup. And just in case you're not familiar with what that is, it's the National Junior Lacrosse Championships. And it's happening here in Niagara, and we're going to be talking to Paul about 12:45 or so. And a pretty cool event. Joe's been with us before. Joe Hube is the event organizer of many events, actually, to go towards supporting the Ukrainian peace effort and relief effort. And this is the sunflower painting happening here in Niagara. And I don't know if you've been driving around Niagara much over the last little while, but in some of the fields, the sunflowers are spectacular. Massive, beautiful fields of sunflowers, and what a great time to have another sunflower event. Joe Hube is going to be joining us about 10 after 1. All right, here's the story that I alluded to at the beginning, and if we didn't know it was real, you wouldn't believe it was happening, especially here in Niagara. Now, a week ago, this past Saturday, August the 9th, at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, uniformed members of Niagara Regional Police Services assigned to 1 District, St. Catharines Thorold, attended an address. That's how they put it, attended. I don't know what that where that word came from, but they did. They attended an address in St. Catharines in response to an indecent act call for service. And we're going to get into the details of that in a few minutes, so just hang on here. The initial investigation determined that a third-party group using online decoy tactics had identified what they believed to be a child predator. The group confronted the individual at his residence before contacting police to turn over their evidence, and we'll get to that video too in just a second, so hang in there with it. Detectives with the NRPS Internet Child Exploitation Unit, ironically called ICE, we've heard a lot about ICE south of the border, but it's a totally different thing. Internet Child Exploitation, they assumed carriage of the investigation, meaning they were in charge of it. On Wednesday, August 13th, a week ago today, detectives identified and arrested Darren R. Fox, the 49-year-old St. Catharines resident, for the following criminal code offenses: luring a child via telecommunication to facilitate sexual interference, luring a child via telecommunication to facilitate invitation to sexual touching, making sexually explicit material available to a child, making child pornography, written and audio recording. Fox remains in custody and is scheduled to attend a bail hearing Thursday the 14th, which is, last Thursday. All right, so that's the police official release about the arrest. Now, the third-party organization that they're talking about is Predator Poachers from Long Island, an organization in the background called Leave Those Kids Alone. Now, we're going to play you a video right now of what this organization did. The organization lead hand in this case is Michael Douglas King Jr. He's the one that looks like he's headed for Miami Beach. He's the one in the flowery shirt and the hat and the shorts and the whole deal. And he has, if you want to put it this way, attended this residence in Grimsby.
Nice to meet you. I just want to talk to you about, do you have a minute to talk about that? Okay, can we come down here, please? We are recording for safety purposes, I'm just letting you know. So, I think you know who this is, right? The 14-year-old? I'd rather us just have an honest conversation, if that's okay. Did you come back from New York? All right, well, you know, there's some conversations, and, you know, it appears you were the one communicating with her. So I just want to have an honest conversation about it. Can we talk about it away from the house?
What's that?
Do you want to talk about it away from the house?
Yeah, like I...
All right, can we come here, just because, you know. So, basically, we have this organization called Leave Them Kids Alone. It's help kids not talk to adults.
Yeah, dude, I think we've gone over all of this, so we're done.
I'm not done, because I have a bunch of questions about this, because, you know, some stuff was talked about. And I'm not here to harm you or anything like that, but I do want to have an honest conversation about it.
Yeah, and I think we've had that conversation.
We haven't talked about anything.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, not by the name.
No, got to deal with this from time to time.
This is Pod Fire, the
All
first.
right, yeah.
Okay.
It is just the
immersive
nature of
sex
YouTube, Lee.
Intelligent.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Okay, but you were talking to a girl today, and there was conversations about meeting up. Is this ringing a bell?
I was playing a game with somebody who was trying to play a game.
Is that the case, really?
Messages like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, there was some stuff talked about, because I don't think it was really a game. You know, she told you her age.
Dude, we don't really do this.
Well, you didn't go over. I haven't gone over anything with you. I haven't talked to you at all.
Okay, I haven't talked to you.
I just want to have an honest conversation.
Yeah, that's the honest conversation.
Well, I'm trying to address it with you.
Yeah, and I've sent a message saying this was just all a game. I wasn't playing around with this.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I knew from the start this wasn't.
but you didn't know that from the start because you knew she was 14 and you were afraid of getting in trouble.
I absolutely did.
But then why'd you go? But you sent pictures from at the place. Oh, you Googled it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough. But the thing of it is, you know, some stuff was
What
said.
you guys are trying to do.
Yeah. Do you really?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I get it, but it's also where all this stuff always happens.
Okay.
Somebody tries to catch somebody on this stuff,
Yeah.
and I wasn't there. Didn't partake in it.
Okay, but you know, there is some stuff that was said and talked about between you two.
It's just to move it along because I know I'm talking to you.
But why? But why wouldn't?
I know
Why?
I'm talking to you
But why are you trying to do that?
because it's why. are
Why
you trying
risk
to
it?
lure people like that?
We're not trying to lure anybody. No, we're not. Well, no, I'm not done with it. I want to finish addressing it because you know there's some concerning stuff that happened. So I want to like figure out how severe this problem is. I don't think you were playing a game, dude. How's it going? So I just want to have an
Now
honest
his wife
conversation.
is
That's
coming
all I
out.
want to do. I'm not trying to, you know, blow your spot. About to ruin your entire life? I don't think so. How's it going? So we're just doing a, you know, like a little interview about Brock University.
Yeah. And Michael's trying to
you
figure
know,
out
so
how to
that's
not
what
out
we're
this
just
guy
here to
right
talk to
now.
him about. So, yeah, I mean, do you want to go down, like, you know, to go like walk and talk about it, or? Okay, well, I just want to, you know, have this conversation, figure out what's going on. Because we're just having a conversation. It's just for everyone's safety purposes. Well, so, do you want me to tell her or should I?
No, I guess I'm gonna have to.
All right, well, basically, there's been some conversations between Darren here and a 14-year-old girl. So,
It hasn't been. These people go online and they try to trap you into.
we don't try to trap you. You messaged her. You guys had
No,
the
I didn't
conversation.
message.
So,
So,
and, but there is some stuff I do want to address. It's kind of important.
I'm not looking to address it, so we're done.
Can we have some identification?
I mean, I'm a private citizen. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Identification.
I don't have an identification to provide you.
No, I've
Please forget it.
Yeah. So,
What's your name?
I'm Douglas King Jr. Yeah. That's Rebecca. She's my partner. Basically, we have a group. It's called Leave Them Kids Alone. It's how kids not talk to adults and adults not talk to kids. And in this case, we met Darren, but he was going under by the name Brett Donovan on this app called Meet Me. And basically, no, it's okay.
sorry.
That's okay. No,
I
yeah.
can't
No,
see.
I'll
That's
show you.
why.
Oh, no, sorry about that. So yeah, there was this conversation. Like, you know, he was messaging her quite a bit on the app, and she wasn't answering. And then finally, they had a text situation. He used a fake number, but he sent like pictures with his face and his body.
Can I see those pictures that show that it's his face?
Yeah, one sec. So, let's see. No. So, I apologize. I know this is like really startling, but you know, he was.
Am I going to be on some sort of?
No. No. This is just like for safety and record keeping purposes, and like we won't like do anything. Like we just want to have a conversation with you.
He's back.
You know, this is a big concern. Okay.
Wonder
So
what he's deleted.
that's why I want to have this conversation because.
Can you please take a picture of the license plate?
Yeah, go ahead. But yeah.
So who do you get hired by?
No, we're a private organization. We just try to help people in these situations. We don't want, like, not only do we want to help like kids in the situation, because like kids, you know, they're they're a little crazier.
Yes.
But yeah, in this case, it's
Sorry.
no, it's okay, it's okay.
So he has sent his own photo of himself.
Correct.
And what are the wording here?
You know, just like sending this stuff and talking about like, you know, stuff like that. So that's why we're here. We're just trying.
What is the end goal, I guess, of this?
So,
Coming here?
so basically, we just want to figure out how severe this issue kind of is, and like try to help get past it in a way that we can like hopefully avoid this from happening again in the future. Because obviously, it's wrong, and but we're not with law enforcement. We don't like operate with law enforcement. We're just.
It's kind of like entrapment, though. Like I see you have a microphone.
It's for safety purposes. That's all. Yeah, everyone's safety. So you guys know I'm not here to hurt you or like ask for money, and that way, like when we're done here, you can't be like, oh, they tried to hurt us and ask us for money when we didn't do that. So,
The point point is to
and let's have an honest conversation so we can address this issue. Correct. And just like try to figure out like how severe this is and like, you know, to what extent.
Age, how severe.
Well, we just want to know if, like how much something like this has happened in the past, if it like, you know, like what, you know, to what level.
Find something like this, aren't you obligated to do something with it?
Well, this is what I.
No, you should be going to the police if there's things. If there's an actual 14-year-old girl involved.
Yeah, but you believe she was a 14-year-old girl?
Absolutely
How
not.
do you get that information?
Well,
No, obviously I'm not like
no, I'm.
happy with this either, but I'm
I
trying
know.
to understand.
Yeah. So.
Not
Yeah.
that any of this is okay.
Yeah.
But
So the
I
app.
really am trying to understand.
Yeah. So obviously the app Meet Me is for adults. It's intended for adults aged 18 and up.
And that's what. Yeah.
But in this case, you know, like teenagers use this stuff all the time. And then, so in this case, this 14-year-old, she said, like, I couldn't put my age on the app. I'm actually 14.
She wrote that. Where did you say that?
Right there.
I couldn't put my age on the app. I'm actually 14. Okay, so then how do you know which stuff he's writing? He's the linker?
Yeah. So like these are the messages received. So I'm very sorry. I know this is not. I know this is pretty bad, but
So he sent these photos, and then
she sent this photo, and then later on is when he sent those good pictures of
he
himself.
sent those after he saw that.
Correct.
Can you go back so I
Yeah.
can see the sequence of that?
Yeah, so Saturday, 9:30. I'm, you know, these were probably like archived.
Saturday. How is this? Like last Saturday? Is this?
So these conversations, like the text exchange, started August 2nd.
Started August 2nd.
Correct. And so I know, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to, you know.
No,
I want to just have an honest conversation with him.
Yes, I just
And we were,
understand.
yeah. So I want to chat. You at home? Yada yada.
So
And then, do you like older guys? Ever been with an older guy?
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm lost. Is this
Alright.
where he found out her age or no?
No,
Yeah.
that was right
Oh
here.
yeah. So he's found out her age.
Correct. At the very beginning of the text conversation.
Before he sent those pictures.
Yeah, before he sent the pictures, he knew she was 14. So, you know, saying this kind of stuff. And there's no weapons in the house, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
No.
This conversation goes on until the police are eventually called by Michael Douglas
Bro, the level
King
just started.
Jr.
We're already.
Again, this is just a YouTube thing that pops up every now and then. Pay no attention
A
to
lot of
that.
people- this is like what we do for a living.
Yeah, but
so
he
a
comes
lot-
back out.
they're
He comes back out
Who are the people?
you know,
and engages again,
he's talking about today.
which
I'm not good with
Well, today we
how
deepest sympathies. This is
how they even allowed this to go on this long. You should have just probably
we took
thrown
over
the
the
people off their
conversations
property. But the
because-
thing is, this
one way or
is
another. So I think you and I should just talk about it, Darren. And yeah, Douglas King Jr.
so Darren's coming back out,
Darren,
who went under
Well,
the name
I
of
mean,
Brent Donovan on the air.
well, I would like the resolution with you instead of.
And Lee, coming up here, this is where he's gone back and concocted some sort of alibi.
Yeah, he's probably figured out how to control this situation. So here's the next
We took over
part.
the conversations because you know we saw.
The conversation.
We took
You
over.
guys the whole entire time.
I wasn't me the whole time. I promise you that.
Who was it then?
Wasn't her.
Who was it?
A 14-year-old girl.
No, it was not.
Okay, why
Put her in
not?
front of me right now.
What?
There is no 14-year-old girl, and you know this.
I know this.
You know this.
Well, how do you know that?
Fine, let's put her in front of the police.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you want to call the police?
You want to call the police?
Do you want to call the police?
All my conversations here.
Yeah.
I know that you are not.
You.
When did you start taking over the conversation?
Today.
Today, when?
Earlier, when you were talking about
And
meeting
who
up.
was it that was? Really? Come on, really?
14-year-old girl.
No, it wasn't. Stop it.
Well, how about this? We knew that you were into kids because you were with that Logan guy. So why don't we just have a conversation about it, okay? Let's just have a real conversation, and we'll go from there. How about that? But can we go, like, in view so we know that there's no confusion as to what's happening? So you met her on the app Meet Me, right? Yeah. Okay. And, I mean, why are you on that app in the first place?
I mean, that's personal.
Okay, fair, understandable. But yeah, so she told you she's 14, right? And there was never any indication that it's anything else. So I gotta ask, like, what made you want to continue the conversation in the first place?
Because I always know that these are these entrapment things. I watch enough of these videos of all these guys who are out there doing their shit.
But like, if that's the case, like, why'd you play along? Like,
Because I know that you guys are all going to show up with your cameras, show up to a spot.
but why do you want that to happen?
Because you go out there and you do that. Like, why do you look? Why are you?
So now he's professing he's known all along.
Because
that-
we're trying to protect actual 14-year-old girls.
But why?
Because we don't want them to be sexually exploited.
Okay,
Is that
it was all
fair?
part of the plan.
fair, but it seems kind of ridiculous that you're going on and sort of saying, "Hey, I am 18." Like, I would understand if someone was going out and going onto a Discord or some other type of site and doing that. But you know what I mean?
No.
If someone was going and searching for it.
We're not searching for
No,
anything.
not you. If the man, whoever the men are,
Yeah.
are going out and looking for it.
Well, the thing of it is, it's like, you know, guys use various different platforms to try to find these young girls. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, but they shouldn't be on a site that. And most of them aren't. There's no football girls out there on those sites.
Of course there are. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Of course there are. So, look, you know, saying that like you just like we're doing this to like bait
dude,
a catching
you have the
group.
text. You have all the messages.
I have everything here. Yeah, you're
all
right.
the messages that I sent.
Yeah, yeah. Afterwards, like earlier today, this afternoon. But we also have everything from the past couple of days. Well, I guess not. Your wife told me that you didn't.
I knew what was going to be going on.
Okay, but then why'd you send your penis?
Because,
Because what?
I don't know, just because.
Because you wanted to send your to a 14-year-old girl?
No, because I want to see if you guys are actually
Now,
going to be like,
what they're talking about here is why did you send?
Yeah. Afterwards, like
Yeah.
In
here,
the
Lee.
trade, it's called dick pics.
Yeah. So here, watch his response.
earlier today, this afternoon. But we also have everything from the past couple of days. Well, I guess not. Your wife told me that you didn't.
I knew what was going to be going on.
Okay, but then why'd you send your penis?
Because,
Why did you
Because
send
what?
your?
I don't know, just because.
Because you wanted to send your to a 14-year-old girl?
No, because I want to see if you guys are actually going to be like looking at that. To me, it's you guys are the ones who are like, oh yeah, we're hoping to see this stuff.
Well, I mean, we don't want to. We hope you're a good man who won't send your to a 14-year-old.
I
But
wouldn't because it wasn't.
well, you never had any indication to think she wasn't a
I always
14-year-old.
knew it wasn't a 14-year-old.
You always knew that. You said you love talking to teen girls. So it's just like I think we should just like stop this whole like.
it around a bit, like otherwise.
But is that really appropriate? Because like, if this was a real 14-year-old girl, then you're just actually expecting her,
I
dude.
wouldn't
So
be
like,
having a conversation with her.
well, then why'd you have a conversation with
Because
this
I
one?
knew it was you.
You thought it was me? Yeah?
No, I knew it from the start.
You didn't
That's
know
what I
that?
said.
I knew it
Dude,
from the
So
start.
how did that Logan guy? Can you tell me about that? How did that happen?
I don't know. Again, that's just someone who's doing the whole hunting thing as well.
Well, I mean, why are you taking the risk though? It's like that's what I don't understand. It's like you know this could ruin your life. So why are you taking the risk? Like what in you makes you want to troll predator catching groups?
Because they go there and they abuse people for that.
Well, no one's abusing anybody. I'm not laying a hand on you.
I've seen a lot that it is.
Well, I'm not here to lay a hand on you. I'm just here to have an honest conversation because I don't think you do this to troll predator catchers.
don't have a-
I think you clearly have some kind of attraction to young girls.
I don't. I have no problem.
You asked her so many times for naked pictures.
Yeah, and I never got it because I know I'm not going to get them.
Well, here's the
Because
thing.
that shows me more and more that you're not.
I think it's safe to say that there's no way this is the first actual 14-year-old you've spoken to, and you've spoken to other ones in the past.
No, everybody's.
Do you know how big a bullshit that is? That this is the first time you ever talked to a minor? Give me a break. That's what all you guys say.
Okay, whatever. I've never spoken to a minor before.
All right.
Okay,
Wow.
it's always you guys at the other end.
It's
So
you guys.
so why do you always what got you into starting to troll?
It's just all of a sudden, all the conversations that pop up. It's like, oh, let's go here. Oh, by the way, I am. Okay, well, we're done.
Well, you didn't end it when she said you look,
Sure,
brother.
Typically, that's what ends up happening.
All right, you want me to just read everything? Like,
I know what it is.
yeah, let's see it. So,
Okay, dude, we're in front of my house, and this is.
well, because you're not being honest. You're saying you fucking talk to kids to
At the end of the
control
day-
people.
I'm asking you to leave.
Well, I mean, I'm going
That's
to
probably the
address
first
this one way or
intelligent
another.
thing he's done
So,
all day is
you know, if
in
you want,
this
if
is
you want to
asking him
trespass
to
me,
leave.
it's fine. But we're going to find another way to address it if you're not willing to have an honest conversation
I've
with
had
us.
the conversation.
But you're not being honest, dude. You're saying you talk to minors to troll predator catching groups. Like you never indicated that at all. Like if you really wanted to do that, you wouldn't be saying like I want to chat. You're so pretty, by the way. And then what made you sign up for the app? Do you like older guys?
We're done here. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm not done. You can run inside and do whatever, but we're going to address this with or without you.
What do you mean by addressing?
I don't know, but
I need to know.
Well, we're going to find a way. If it's not with you, we're going to find another way.
Okay.
It's that simple.
Well,
All right, well, I guess get some bagels. His face. He sent his face, so we're able to figure out who he is, and it's that simple. But he doesn't want to have an honest conversation with me, so we're gonna have to find. We're gonna figure out another way to do it.
Okay, so what happens after this? The video goes on and on for another, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or whatever. What happens is two members of the Niagara Regional Police show up, regular patrol officers, and they have a conversation with Michael
How's it
Douglas
going?
King Jr.
My name is Michael. We run the group Predator Poachers Long Island. It's a branch of a nationwide group called Predator Poachers.
And he goes through...
they have arrests in 49 states and
explains
convictions
the entire
in 41,
scenario.
including here in Canada. We
To these
have
police officers.
several arrests ourselves. And in this case, we just met...
and we don't have to play that entire thing.
He was messaging who
I'll
we
just
believed to
skim
be a
through it
14
here, Lee.
Yeah.
But you can see that the police spend a
tough,
considerable
'cause
amount
this
of
was from
time.
Oh,
we were
they spend a
live
lot of
streaming,
time
so,
with it.
like, we have people who clip it so we can show you guys. Yeah.
They take his presentation seriously. They do all the right things, in my humble opinion. They take down the information. They say they're going to forward it to that section of the department that deals with this kind of issue
Account, but there's no indication of that until
to follow up. Which, of course,
she didn't do anything like that.
Niagara Regional Police Service does follow up. The result of that, eventually, they don't arrest the man here.
Now, yeah.
Is it like WhatsApp where
They take it back to their department, and they pass it on to the department that specializes in this, which was part of the initial release that we read to you off the top of the piece. And then the investigation is done, the evidence is gathered, and then on the 9th,
Yeah.
or the 13th, I believe was the date, the Niagara Regional Police, yes, August 13th, a week ago today, they did actually arrest Darren Fox for those charges that we mentioned before and that you can see on your screen. An absolutely phenomenal piece that, and I know we don't normally play just videos that long. This is a bit of a departure from our normal modus operandi, if you will, but it's just so fascinating and disturbing. And it looks like the police service did all the right things in all the right way. And as a matter of fact, as a result of Kevin Jack, our producer, reaching out, Michael Douglas King Jr., the fellow that was chatting with this guy from the Predators Poachers organization, or Leave Them Kids Alone, he almost was able to come and join us today live on the program, but he's back in the United States. And part of the video later on mentioned the fact that he had two more people that they were going to be visiting. Keep in mind, these people are from Long Island. That's where they live. And they travel all over the place. This is the first time they had been in Canada to track a sexual predator such as this. He said later in the video that they had a man to confront in Niagara Falls, New York, and one in Buffalo on that same day. So they get around, and unfortunately for society, they appear to be very busy. So, luring a child via telecommunication to facilitate sexual interference. That's, I guess, pretty much the summary of the whole deal. Wow. Okay, so on to something a little lighter. Would like to thank our sponsors. We are powered by Grantham Home Hardware. The two principals there to chat with if you have any questions are Jake and Rob, and we're just so darn pleased to have Grantham Home Hardware here. Canadian-made, homegrown quality from coast to coast. Locally owned, genuinely Canadian Grantham Home Hardware. Sandra's Home Healthcare. By the way, before I tell you about Sandra's Home Healthcare, I want to talk to you about Sandra herself. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Sandra. I hope you enjoy it. I know you. Something tells me that I know you're going to have a very happy birthday. One of the funnest, if there is such a word, people I know. Sandra D'Alessandro, congratulations on your birthday. Congratulations on a fabulous, fabulous business and compassionate in-home care and personal service support workers services since 2005. Thanks for being here for so long. Ace Alignment, also a proud sponsor of this program, and we're proud to have them. Janice Ool, pretty owner-operator of the business. Darren Miller, the head mechanic. Matt Crompton, the senior mechanic. North Street, St. Catharines, for all of your automotive needs, be it wheel alignments, brakes, suspension, front-end repairs, oil changes, all makes and models, you name it. Ace Alignment is the place. North Street, just off Geneva, behind the police station, as a matter of fact. Verge Insurance, also Mark Shirk and his gang have been in business since, it's hard to believe that, they're older than me. That makes them older than dirt. They've been around since 1953. The dream will always be yours. Here to protect it. Serving Niagara in auto, home, business, life, insurance brokers, Verge Insurance Group. Thanks. Mac Outpost. We had Sean on, the owner of Mac Outpost. Been in the business since 1998, before I could even spell computer, I think. For everything Apple. Hardware, software, training, advice, troubleshooting, whatever. Mac Outpost on Lake Street in the plaza, in the Tim Hortons Plaza there where the Dollar Tree is, and across from Don's Lighting in the North End. Mac Outpost for everything Apple. And I also want to give a tip of my latest chapeau to Beau Chapeau in Niagara on the lake. Kevin Neufeld and his gang are just super as always. Bought a couple hats this summer, and this just to go show you they support and bring in all of the best manufacturers and suppliers of headwear around the globe. This is a Tilly. You've heard the name before. They have a great selection of those at Beau Chapeau as well. And on this day, when it was a little bit drizzly and you didn't know what was going to happen, perfect hat for that. So this is my latest acquisition from Beau Chapeau. A transition of an institution is taking place. That institution is the Blue Star restaurant in Welland. History and traditions continue on with the new owners, Peter and Trish Chiasson from Welland. A new beginning with a new era. Hi guys, Peter and Trish, how are you doing today? Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, we can. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Great, thanks. Very excited. By the way, Beau Chapeau, I really like it. It fits you well.
Thank you. I have only about 6 or 7 of their hats now. It's a challenge to figure out which one I'm going to wear. But have you been there?
I have not been there.
Oh, make a trip downtown Niagara on the Lake, Queen Street.
Sounds like
I know you don't want to cover up that pretty hair, Trish, but they have nice hats. And Peter, I'm not saying anything to you at all, but they've got stuff for you too.
I'll definitely make a trip.
Yeah. So tell us a story. The Blue Star Cafe is kind of a Welland tradition, as we mentioned. Bring us up to date with your story and what's going on.
So, as most people know, Blue Star has been a long-standing staple of Welland. 78 years since 1947 is a very long time. Probably, I would almost say it's safe to say that it's one of the longest family-owned businesses. So, very well known to the Welland and Niagara Peninsula, with a lot of amazing memories and traditions, great food that they've supplied to the people over the many years. So, but they're looking to take on their new endeavor and retire and do whatever it is they may have of interest. So I'm from Port Colborne, moved to Welland when I started high school. Actually, Johnny went to Confederation, and so did I.
Okay.
We went to the same high school together. So not at the same time. Johnny's got to be a little bit by age, but nevertheless, we went to the same high school. Very, French community, and very, very well familiar with the traditions that Blue Star has done and created for so many years. 78 years is a very long time. So we look forward to carrying that forward. My wife wants to put a little bit of her decorative touch to the Blue Star, like any new owner. A couple little updates and maybe some tweaks to the menu, some new dishes possibly, but nothing for the most part alarming in a sense where we're going to completely change the menu, because there's a lot of great staples on that menu that people have been enjoying for many, many years. So how we got into the restaurant industry is my wife and I had both been in the service industry our whole lives. I worked in the automotive industry for 35 years. My last 28 years, I was a sales manager for an automotive dealership in Niagara. And my wife worked in the restaurant industry for 15 years of her career.
Okay.
And then the last 20 years, she was in the dental industry. So for a long time, my wife and I have said, if we're going to do anything for ourselves going forward, that we've always had an interest in the restaurant industry. And we thought this could be a great opportunity for us, and would want to do something for ourselves, knowing what we know and the experiences that we've put together for ourselves over the last years of our career.
We're very much people.
We're very much people.
I'm guessing that, yeah.
Yes. So we definitely want to carry on many amazing memories and traditions that Blue Star has put in place for such a long time.
Well, you have taken on a challenge here on a couple of different levels that I think is incredibly courageous and worth waving the flag. First of all, it's transitioning a tradition. Often when the word gets out that a tradition of ownership and service and longevity in a community is kind of winding down, it's sometimes hard to wind the enthusiasm back up for a business like that. So that's challenge number one. Kudos to you for taking it on. Challenge number two is, since the beginning of COVID back in 2020, businesses have sort of resurged, that's true, but the restaurant business has probably been the slowest to really get ramped back up to its previous health. So it's been a long haul for a lot of restaurateurs, and so kudos for that as well. So you've got sort of a double whammy going on for you here. Why now in the restaurant business? It's not an easy business to run these days and make it a success.
Well, that's a great question. There's a lot of wonderful things happening in Welland. The expansion of buildings is going up tremendously in Welland. Many new homes. We have Dane City just down the street. There's well over 2,000 new homes going into Dane City and Welland and surrounding area. Building very much the same. There's a new plant that was just built around the corner from the Blue Star. It's for sale at the moment, but it's a brand new plant. Somebody will come along and buy the plant.
Right.
But what we decided to do when we negotiated the deal with the Blue Star owners, the current ones, we wanted to be there 30 days prior to taking over, and for a couple of reasons. It's important for us to let the people know that we are local owners. We are from the area. We are very, very familiar with the Blue Star, because and we're meeting so many people in the restaurant, and you wouldn't believe the smiles that are being created knowing that somebody locally is taking on. And then you throw a little bit of French in there with some long-standing French people going there, and Italian, all kinds of different Hungarians. Then you just start talking to them for a few minutes, and then you just see their smiles. they're very, very happy.
So that continuity was a big part of your decision and your strategy for doing this.
100%, but not just that, because we are also keeping on all the staff, most of the staff. There's a couple that are retiring and deciding to move on, but for the most part, we're maintaining the existing staff. So there's a lot of waiters, waitresses, and back end people in the kitchen that have been there many years, and so letting our guests know that these people are staying on with us are very happy to hear that they're staying on with us as well.
So the previous operators must be absolutely pleased with the deal as well, because even if it's time to retire or move on, people never want to leave their baby in the hands of somebody that's not going to be a good babysitter. So
the unknown is scary to people, right? They don't know, but us being there, they're seeing how we're interacting with everybody and how pleasant and sweet we are with people. So I think that's reassuring for them.
And just in case somebody's watching this program that grew up under a rock or just got into Niagara, one of the things that we haven't talked about is exactly where the Blue Star Cafe is.
So the Blue Star Cafe is located on King Street in Welland.
676 King Street.
676 King Street. There you go.
Yeah. So when people are driving by, they'll be very familiar with the old look, not the old look, but the heritage look, you could say, of the front of the Blue Star restaurant. And again, part of my wife's technique, wanting to add her decorative touch, we're refacing the front of the building just to bring it to 2025, look, and also we're going to do some stuff on the inside as well. But yeah, it's on King Street, which is a very popular street in Welland, and it runs. It's almost on the corner of King and Ontario Street in Welland,
right?
Not far from the canal.
And that's Trish. You used the word vision, and I think that used to be an overused word, like maybe back in the 80s or 90s or whatever. And we don't hear enough of that word, I don't think, in the mid-20s of vision. A lot of people are just trying to scrape it together and make a buck and do what they got to do, etc. And of course, you're trying to make a buck. Of course, you're trying to make a living. But the concept of a vision is, I think, really, really important, and that means you got a goal, you got a path, you have a plan, and that's awesome. So it's just a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for jumping into the local business fray and continuing this tradition. I think it's just awesome.
Thank you. It was so
Excellent.
nice meeting you,
Nice
and thank you for
meeting
this
you. Nice
opportunity.
Okay. You guys take care. We'll be in to see you.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
All right, you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
That's great. Wonderful. Again, we are, I wanted to mention Niagara Parks as a sponsor. I think I kind of skipped over them the last time we ran through our sponsors, and it was a little bit on purpose, actually, because we want to feature Niagara Parks. Kevin, do we have Paul standing by yet?
Oh gosh, I turned myself down there. Yeah, I'll get Paul, and I'll also get that video up for Niagara Park, so we can play the video while we wait for Paul.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention Niagara Parks Commission's brand new feature attraction that's happening, and that's why I sort of kind of skipped over them the last time, because I was hoping we could get to the video sooner than later. But we'll do that. And are we going to do that? We're going to do Paul first?
No, we'll do the video now, and that'll buy me time to get Paul all set up.
So one of our newest sponsors is, of course, the Niagara Parks Commission, looking after like a 56-kilometer stretch of the parkway and all of the attractions that go along with that. But the newest one is something they've been promoting for quite some time, and it's opening very, very soon. And this is it.
It's a fully immersive, year-round attraction that not only stores visitors over the falls, but across the entire Niagara landscape with views like never before. This state-of-the-art, motion-based ride will make you feel like you're truly flying. For the first time in history, visitors can experience all 56 kilometers of Niagara Parks and see many of the landmarks that make it a world-class destination in one epic swoop. Even if you've seen Niagara before, you've never seen it like this.
Niagara Takes Flight is more than just a ride. It's an invitation to become part of a story that started 13,000 years ago. Niagara Parks is known worldwide for outdoor experiences and amazing views, but this is the only attraction that offers a complete view of the park, the region's rich history, and some of its hidden gems from every angle.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1, action. I had a list from Niagara Parks of their favorite places here, which was pretty much the entire park, and it was a massive list. And I actually went to every single place and just took it all in. I took notes, I looked up into the sky, and I envisioned what it could be like to be a bird to fly through a particular spot. It's a celebration of Niagara Parks, in my mind. That's what it is. It's recognizing how special this place is and creating something that truly will last forever.
This must-see new attraction is located inside our flagship site, Table Rock Centre, just steps from the brink of the iconic Horseshoe Falls. This is the first of its kind here in Ontario and the top new attraction in Canada this year. Niagara Takes Flight allows visitors to experience the power of Niagara Falls and see its surrounding landscapes across all 4 seasons. You'll soar from Lake Ontario to Lake Erie, high above swirling rapids, past steep rock faces and lush forests, through dramatic battles, and of course, experience an up-close encounter with the mighty Horseshoe Falls.
My experience with flying rides goes back over 25 years ago, having created the first flying ride in modern times, at least, with the Walt Disney Company when I was a Walt Disney Imagineer creative executive. And the attraction was called Soarin' Over California. So I've probably worked on over 20 or so different flying films through the last 25 years. What really sets for me the Niagara Parks opportunity that we've had to tell the story and to create this attraction here from all the other ones that we've done is the rich history and all of the people stories that we began to learn.
This will be an incredible introduction to the destination for first-time visitors.
All right, so Niagara
for those
Parks
returning, it's an opportunity to see it all from a completely new perspective.
.com is the website to visit. All the details on Take Flight Niagara and everything that you can do. It's opening very, very, very soon. Kevin, you mentioned you knew somebody that sort of went on a pre-flight flight.
Yeah, a family friend worked on the construction of it, so I think they're kind of having a soft launch right now, and some of the people on the inside are able to kind of take the very first test flights, but again, opens to the public, a week on Friday.
A week from Friday?
It's right there in Table Rock, and this is absolutely going to be an international draw for everybody that's coming to Niagara Falls.
Happy to be able to show that to you, and happy to also appreciate the Niagara Parks Commission as a sponsor of this program. It's a perfect fit, and we're so happy to have you as a part of it. Now, the Minto Cup is something you may or may not be familiar with. If you are in the world of lacrosse in Niagara, you have obviously heard of the Minto Cup, but the National Junior Men's Lacrosse Championships are coming here to compete for the Minto Cup. Paul Coates is the chair and host of the host committee for the Minto Cup Championships that are coming in here. Paul, thanks for being here in the program. How are you today?
Very well, Lee. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure. So tell us first of all about lacrosse here in Niagara. We know, if people are in the know, that it is indeed lacrosse that is Canada's national sport, right?
Yeah, I think they finally bumped it to Canada's national summer sport, but very long and rich tradition of lacrosse in Niagara. The St. Catharines Athletics Lacrosse Club was actually established in 1877, making it one of the oldest sports franchise literally in Canada. And it had its ebbs and flows, obviously due to world wars and all those kind of fun things, but we are still under the St. Catharines Athletics Lacrosse Club. I've been involved probably going on 16, 17 years, 14 years now as president, and we, as you indicated, we play in the Junior A League, and we are in the Minto Cup, which is the national championship for Junior A lacrosse. Ultimately, Lee, that is the highest level of minor lacrosse before players move on to play in the National Lacrosse League. We also, as the Athletics, operate a Junior B team, which is a feeder for the Junior A's. So there's certainly lots going on. And this event, the Minto Cup, which is being held at the Meridian Centre in downtown St. Catharines, home of the Niagara Ice Dogs, was literally in the planning stages back to 2019. It was scheduled for 2020 as a test event for the Canada Summer Games, and unfortunately COVID put the brakes on everything, including our event, and we took another crack at it. The OJLL, which is the Junior A Council, felt we really were deserving of a chance to host again, and here we are halfway through it. The finals take place starting Thursday night this week at the Meridian Centre, and we're super excited and very pleased with the response by lacrosse fans, not just in Niagara, but across Ontario and throughout Canada.
So who are the teams to watch? How many teams? I got so many questions. Like, in this championship, how many competitors? What's the format?
So what it is similar to CHL hockey, which is the Memorial Cup format, which is a round robin. And that would be, so you've got a representative from the province of British Columbia, a representative from the province of Alberta, the Ontario champion, which is the Orangeville Northmen, and then the St. Catharines Athletics are the host team, so they get in. They were eliminated in a best of 5 in the 5th game against the Whitby Warriors, so very competitive team. And so now we are down to, so we played a round robin. There were 2 games on 3 consecutive days. And Orangeville came out in first place. Coquitlam was second. St. Catharines third. And Alberta, very competitive, but did not win a game. So Alberta heads home. Last night, St. Catharines went up against Coquitlam. We're unfortunately on the losing end of a 14-11 decision.
14-11?
Yep, 14-11, and a great lacrosse game. We had close to 2,000 people in the Meridian Centre. And, guys laid it all on the line. Credit to Coquitlam. They are the defending national champions, and they played just like it. And St. Catharines was eliminated. So, but it was tremendous lacrosse and a really amazing atmosphere in the Meridian Centre.
So we're going into a final now or semifinal?
Into a final now. So that was the semifinal, and so the finals start Thursday night of this week at Meridian Centre, 7:30. They will play Thursday night, Friday night. It is a best of 3 finals, so winner needs to get win 2 games. So the possibility of a game Saturday night does exist. So we'll see what happens that way. Interestingly, Lee, these 2 teams competed for the Minto Cup last year in Coquitlam. So this is literally a rematch, and I'm sure that Orangeville on their provincial home soil would like to definitely try and put last year's loss aside, as I say, Coquitlam won it, and be able to bring a championship back to Ontario.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Now, the kind of lacrosse that you're talking about played indoors. I used to call it way back in the day bowl lacrosse, because the arenas used to be shaped more like an inverted bowl or something. But and I remember watching the Whitby Warriors play, because I lived in the Durham region for a number of years, and there was also an amazing lacrosse club called the Brooklyn Redmen. You're probably familiar with them.
And so interestingly, Brooklyn Redmen still exists in the senior circuit. Play out of Iroquois Park. Today, it's more commonly known, similar to bowl lacrosse, but box lacrosse, right? That people classify it as in a box,
right?
And that's what it's called. And so whether it's the National Lacrosse League that's played in the large arenas like the KeyBank Centre in Buffalo, or in your backyard Bill Burgoyne Arena in downtown, in St. Catharines, it's box lacrosse. Then the other version is also field lacrosse, which is played in the high schools here in Canada and is very, very large in the college and universities in the United States, plus the Premier Lacrosse League.
But a very different game.
100%. And the good guys really want to play box lacrosse because of the physical nature of it, catching a ball in really close quarters, everything that has to do with it. There's many really good field lacrosse players that want to play box lacrosse just to improve their skills.
Well, it's so exciting, and as you say, it's closer, it's more intense, more physical, and it's really an exciting sport to watch.
Yeah, 100%. I had more than a few people this past week come to me at the Meridian Centre and literally admitted that they'd never seen a box lacrosse game live.
Right.
and they were completely hooked at the speed of it, how quickly the play is blown back in. Everything happens at a very, very high level, and it's very exciting. There is tremendous energy in the game, and it's great.
Well, that's great. Congratulations for hosting it here. It's nice to have it here in Niagara because it's a big deal. What are game times, Paul, for the
for the finals, they're going to go at 7:30 at the Meridian Centre, right over your shoulder there, Lee. Shout out to Fiddler's Poorhouse and Dave McPerry, and he was one of our sponsors for the program, and we thank him for being involved. I did see Dave at the game. So 7:30 tickets for the finals are on sale. The box office for the Meridian Centre opens each day from 10 to 4. During game times, it'll go until the games. Tickets for the final are $15 plus the Ticketmaster fees, and there are tickets available. So that would be for both Thursday night and Friday night. If there's a game Saturday, it also goes at 7:30. So we hoping to pack the barn, even though St. Catharines Athletics are not in it. Orangeville is going to bring a large contingent. There is a very strong, noisy group of Coquitlam Adanac supporters here making lots of noise, and so it is going to be phenomenal lacrosse for the final.
That's awesome. Paul, congratulations on having it here and on a well-run event. And we appreciate the effort. It is exciting, and let's root on Ontario. Absolutely,
you got it.
Congratulations on St. Catharines too for making a good showing, making it to semifinals, darn good. And we'll have some fun over the weekend. Paul, thanks for being here.
I certainly appreciate you having me on, Lee. Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye. That is a game. Boy, I'll tell you, I mean, sometimes field lacrosse can sometimes, by some people, be dubbed a little bit slow, much like European football, or we call it soccer, can seem slow because you got a wide and long playing field, and it can take a long time to move the ball around. Now, lacrosse in any format is fast and furious, but the box lacrosse, as Paul called it, is truly exciting. It's almost, Kevin, maybe not in your world, because I know you're addicted to skates, but it's almost as exciting as watching hockey inside.
Oh, absolutely. Again, I try and turn myself down during the interviews, Lee, so that I can pay a little more attention. No, absolutely fantastic, and tip of the cap to Paul Coates, everybody involved with the junior athletics and that organization, and of course, good friend of mine, Dan Pilon. I know he's pulling a lot of strings and a lot of the organization behind the scenes. He himself also an NLL champion and coach. So really, the roots of lacrosse run deep right through St. Catharines and throughout the entire region. So it's great to see the Minto Cup here. And I really hope that the community gets down there, even though the A's didn't make it to the finals. I mean, this is the top of the top. We got Orangeville versus Coquitlam. It's a rematch of last year's championship finals. So,
Orangeville and Coquitlam,
Yeah, so get down there. Lee,
yes.
On every program, we always publish the Zoom link and let everybody know that at any time, if you want to come on the program, you're allowed to. We've never turned anybody away.
Nope.
And that's always the staple of the program. When we began, we would reiterate a lot of the time that this is in Niagara, by Niagara, and for Niagara.
Absolutely.
And that's absolutely what the show is about. And Stephen Seuss has come on the program here. I see him there in the waiting room, and he used his name. I mean, sometimes when you pop up on Zoom, right, people have different names, or it's just iPhone 7, whatever it happens to be. But Stephen Seuss is in the waiting room, so I want to bring him on the program so you guys can have a conversation.
All right. Stephen, hi. How are you?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Very well. What can we do for you today, Stephen?
Well, I want to give some very important political updates in Niagara, what I'm working on at our local area councils, if that's okay with you guys.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm Stephen Seuss. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the advocate for the state of emergency on mental health, homelessness, and addiction in Niagara that was declared in 2023. The other municipalities that declared were Niagara Falls, City of Thorold, City of Welland, Town of Grimsby, and I add City of Hamilton there as well because I advocated for that emergency as well.
Okay.
So, as of recently, I've been to Niagara Falls Council to support a victims of crime motion. And what I'm trying to do is make the sex offender registry in Ontario public. We were posting the names of drunk drivers, but we don't post the names of these dangerous offenders who predominantly target visible minorities, children, and women. So that's one of the big things that I'm doing right now, along with pushing for harsher sentences for those who don't pay their child support, which constitutes child neglect. So I want everyone to keep an eye on the victims of crime motion in Niagara Falls that was referred to staff.
Okay.
But I have also introduced an Indigenous reconciliation motion, and I'm calling on things like support for a new category of employment insurance for the families of missing loved ones, missing and murdered loved ones, with specific mention to missing and murdered Indigenous girls and women and two-spirited people, because they exhaust their resources when they're searching for their families, and they shouldn't have to worry about income when they're looking for their loved ones. I also would like the Indian Act scrapped. It's paternalistic and racist. It refers to Métis people. It refers to Indigenous people like me as mentally defective, and I don't think that's right. And so I'm pushing for that act to be completely scrapped so Indigenous people can walk the path of self-determination and be free of governmental and institutional control. Now, bear with me now, because there's a lot of updates. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, as you know. Okay. But you know I'm a guy who is pretty active in the community, and I got a lot going on.
Yeah, I know.
So I have pushed for the state of emergency again for the last several years. 5 years of my life, I've dedicated myself to this cause. I've thrown everything into it. I've thrown every resource I can possibly. I've toured Niagara 2 or 3 times in some municipalities on the matter. So I called out the provincial government and the federal government to better address and acknowledge this emergency. We haven't heard from the upper echelons of government about this state of emergency for the most part. When I got the funding formula for homelessness changed in West Lincoln, they did respond by providing $20.8 million for homelessness prevention as a result of that funding formula change, where Hamilton was getting double the money Niagara was for their homeless services for virtually the same population. So that, plus the state of emergency, equated to the reason why we got this money and the reason why we can get some people off these dangerous streets into the shelters. But the shelter system is not the end-all to be-all. Right. It needs to be permanent, stable housing, which we could be waiting upwards to 17 years for a one-bedroom unit. And young people and seniors are struggling. And so I want the provincial and federal government not only to acknowledge the state of emergency and our premier and prime minister, but I want an actual response through the Provincial Emergency Operations Centre, which is under the guise of the Ontario Solicitor General. Now, the Provincial Emergency Operations Centre job is to bring multiple ministries into the fold to better communicate, coordinate, and collaborate the emergency. So I'm asking the governments for more treatment beds and more treatment centers for addiction in Niagara. Okay. We only have 35 beds, and there were 770 overdoses last year and 41 responses a month. More transitional housing for addiction, more support for employment for people who are criminalized, because getting them the support to have something to do with their time takes them away from that activity and gives them purpose.
Understood.
So,
Steve?
Yes. Yes.
We're happy to have you, and we're happy to hear you out. We do have some limitations with regard to time. What I want to ask you, though, is where is you said you're pushing for and you are trying to promote these initiatives, or the initiative in particular. What is the status of that initiative right now, and how can we help? What do you want us to do?
just being on the program and getting the message across means the world to me. More support for safe beds, more support for youth mental health walk-in clinics, more emergency mental health care in Welland Hospital and beyond. Those were the other things that I asked for. Okay. An Indigenous mobile crisis unit and an Indigenous treatment center funded by the federal government. So I want residents, that's a great question, Lee. I want residents to write into their councils, their respective councils. If you live in Grimsby, write to Grimsby Council. If you live in Welland, write to that council.
Okay.
Welland turned down a committee on mental health and addiction. So that's a problem because they step over these people who are overdosing in front of City Hall every day, and then they vote down a committee of people with lived experience who could bring solutions forward for these issues. I also want people to tune into my videos, Advocates with Stephen Seuss, and share the news on the state of emergency, Lee. It's super important that residents get involved. It's time for Niagara to wake up.
Stephen, thank you for being here. Thanks for flagging this initiative again. And again, I don't want to limit any exposure or whatever, but I did want to get to the crux of the matter so that we know what you're asking us to do. So I thank you for that.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be with you today.
Okay, take care. Stephen Seuss. Many issues in Niagara that we don't have long enough to talk about on a regular basis, so it's great to do what Kevin just said you can do. When you're watching this, click on that link and it'll sit you in our waiting room and we'll get a chance to talk to you. This is almost the twilight hour of Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry, Season 6, Episode 16, powered by Grantham Home Hardware. The two guys, if you have any questions, you want to go to the top, you can talk to Jake or Rob over at Grantham Home Hardware, and they'd be happy to chat with you, just like they're happy to, thankfully, sponsor this program. They are our lead sponsor of the show, and it's very much appreciated. The Niagara Parks Commission, as we've been talking about before, and you had a chance to watch that great video, it's going to be very exciting. A week from Friday, that Niagara Takes Flight attraction takes flight, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. So we thank Niagara Parks for being here as a sponsor for us. Sandra's Home Healthcare. Sandra D'Alessandro's having a birthday today. Happy birthday, Sandra. She has been setting the standard here for a long time, since 2005, 20 years in the business, and she almost backed into it by looking after one person, and it grew from there and now sets the standard for home health care services here in Niagara. So thank you, and Sandra, enjoy your birthday. Ace Alignment over on North Street for all your automotive needs, be it wheel alignments, brakes, suspension, vehicle inspection, whatever. Darren and Matt are the two guys that look after you well mechanically over there. Janice Uhl-Pretty and her family have owned the business for a long time. North Street, just off Geneva, behind the police station. Ace Alignment, always appreciate your support. Verge Insurance Group, be it home, be it auto, business, or life. They are the brokers that will find you the proper company to supply the coverage that you need at the price you can afford. Verge Insurance Brokers, in business here since 1953. Yikes. And our go-to people for everything Apple. Not only mine, not only Kevin's, WeeStream, all of Niagara. For everything Apple. Sean, the owner, Derek, the head tech, they got you covered. Believe me, any question, you can walk in, ask a question, you'll be out of there in 5 minutes because they have the answers pretty much at their fingertips. Hardware, software, training, whatever. In the Lake Street Plaza, Dollar Tree Plaza, Tim Hortons, you know the place, North End, St. Catharines, Mac Outpost. Check them out. And also, thank you to Beau Chapeau for helping me keep my thinning hair, protecting my head. Queen Street, Niagara on the Lake, great place to be. Now, we've talked with this gentleman before. He is a tireless worker because the goal of his effort is to continue to raise money for the Ukrainian support effort. And we've talked about the Sunflower Festival before. Joe Hube is joining us. He's the event organizer of the Sunflower Painting for Ukrainian relief. And there he is. And the resplendent, I was just talking to somebody, Joe, the other day about the absolutely fabulous fields of sunflowers we have going in Niagara this year.
They're amazing, aren't they? The hot weather has really worked in their favor. It's quite striking.
Some of them are massive. Like
they are. Yeah. Well, they're a great cash crop too, right? They're not just pretty. They're a moneymaker for folks.
Not just another pretty face.
Powerful. Not just another pretty face. And nice hat, by the way.
Oh yeah, thank you. Fill us in on what's happening with the Sunflower Painting Initiative.
Right. So this is all part of the Niagara Sunflower Festival for Ukrainian Relief. This is our fourth annual. Since 2022, this is our fourth Sunflower Festival. So it's a larger event. A small part of that is the Sunflower Painting Opportunity, which is a workshop run by an artist friend of ours who is helping people create their own sunflower painting on site, surrounded by this field of sunflowers. Mm-hmm. Once again, the event is the larger. One of the options on site is a sunflower painting opportunity.
And how does that work?
Yeah, so people can register for the Sunflower Festival online at Eventbrite. Just look up the Niagara Sunflower Festival for Ukrainian Relief. And on Eventbrite, if folks wish to do a painting on their own with training, there's buy tickets online at Eventbrite as well, Sunflower Painting Workshop.
And it's the 23rd, 24th of this month?
Yes, that's right. We had our first weekend last weekend on the 16th, 17th.
Yeah.
And then this Saturday and Sunday, the 23rd and 24th. The difference in temperature is quite striking from the weekend past to today, but we're hoping for a nice temperatures on the weekend.
Joe,
and lots of people to come up.
Absolutely. How has your initiative been going? I know you've done, as I said at the intro, a tireless effort in this regard. How are the donations going? How's the funding? Give us an update on your progress.
Right. Well, we're pleased. I mean, this is a group of us, and we've arranged 13 events up to this point, a variety from spin events to concerts to sound bath to the Sunflower Festival. And we're always looking for new ideas. A lot of these ideas come from people outside of our group, but they make suggestions and bring them on, and we're happy to help, and they're happy to donate. We've raised up almost $100,000 at this point.
Nice.
We're looking for more opportunities to put on more events. We've got sponsors from BCU Financial, Rankin Construction, London-born Winery, all of which helps get us to a point where we're able to bring in more money for donations to humanitarian charities for the Ukrainian people suffering under the attack from Russia.
Yeah, and that has been back in the... First of all, congratulations on the progress so far, and congratulations as well, and kudos to you and the others in your group that continue to keep the light shining on, keep the attention focused on this initiative, because as you know too well, over a period of time, news cycles being what they are, oftentimes things slip off the radar screen. And what's happening in Ukraine should never slip off that radar screen. And it's initiatives like this from you and the other things that you and your group do that keep some attention focused. And I think that's wonderful. And especially this week, it's been a pretty big deal what's going on with the Ukraine-Russia conflict right now.
It's pretty unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah. As I said, we were inspired to try and do something in 2022 when the full-scale invasion happened, but as people know, this most recently happened in 2014. And of course, there's been a horrible history of Ukraine suffering at the hands of Russia for centuries. So anyway, but we can't raise enough money to make a big difference, but we do and are anxious to keep it in people's minds.
Yes.
To keep, to, let's say, shine the light, as you said, and just to keep it so it doesn't slip away from people's from people's news cycle, from their posts or their feed, whatever. But yeah, we just are so happy to just talk to people about it, to bring new people into our experience. And what's a wonderful side effect is meeting Ukrainian Canadians, lovely folks that are so appreciative of what we're trying to do. And it's really expanded our lives.
Well, that to me is probably the biggest byproduct of positivity for all the stuff that you do, is keeping that top of mind, keeping that awareness there, and not letting us forget what's happening still, and supporting those folks. So Joe Hube, thank you very much. Good luck at the weekend. Have fun at the Sunflower Festival. We'll Google Sunflower Festival and find out all the information that we need if we want to attend this weekend. And God bless you. Thank you.
Lee, thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Have a great day. Talk soon.
You too. Bye. Yes, and if you want to take a drive around Niagara, out into some of the outlying fields there, my gosh, the sunflowers they really are cool, very spectacular. That is our resplendent set here at Fiddler's Poorhouse, 149 St. Paul Street, St. Catharines. And as Paul mentioned just a little bit earlier, we're right across from the walkway to take you over to the Meridian Centre, so you can come on in here and have a bite and a brew and take in the lacrosse over the weekend and have some fun. And again, to Dave Mukparian and his staff for allowing us to kind of get in their way every couple of weeks. We really appreciate being allowed to have this lavish TV set here online. Kevin Jack is the other fellow there. We haven't had a chance to talk much to Kevin. How's the WeeStream streaming business these days? You've been taking a bit of time off, I know, to go camping and
very much so. Really should have talked more about that, about our jaunt around Eastern Ontario and into Quebec. Spent some time in the Thousand Islands. And took the tour there. Got to see Bolt Castle, just an absolute gem here in the province.
Yeah.
Made our way over to Mount Tremblant. Spent some time there in the ski villages of both Tremblant and also Saint-Sever. And circled back through for a weekend in Prince Edward County and boating on West Lake and the Sandbanks.
Nice.
So all in all, was an absolute fantastic trip.
Yeah.
As the the end of the summer is just around the corner. I hate to say that.
I know.
I'm
already
but
already seeing back to school messages and things going on.
But yeah, it's been a very good trip. And look forward to talking about it a little more with you when we're off the air here. And I think we should just wrap up this program.
Let's do that.
And we got a very special song, Lee, that I know you're going to... I don't really know the history of it.
Actually,
I don't know that you do either.
I don't know the history, but it's popped up over the last week. And I think it's some old radio person from Niagara. I don't mean old, perhaps experienced. Maybe they are old, I don't know. Like all of us. But it's... what is it? It was a song written and produced at a radio station that still exists today under CHSC, I believe, was the name of the radio. It used to be located over on Ontario Street. That building is no longer there. There's the frequency is still alive, but this goes back how many years?
I don't know that it's date stamped, Lee. I mean, here, let me look here.
Goes back. This comes anyway. It
doesn't really say how old this thing is.
It was some broadcast folks that wrote and produced this thing about Niagara, and we thought that would maybe be kind of a cool way to play us off the program. Again, Home Hardware, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. Thank you for being our premier sponsor. Niagara Park, Sanders Home Healthcare, Ace Alignment, Verge Insurance Group, Mac Outpost, all of you, Niagara 411 and the suppliers, and founder Nick and Nick's mom, hi. I'm probably forgetting somebody, but this has been episode 16 of season 6 already. Niagara 411 Live with Lee Sterry, that's me. Have some fun, enjoy this little Niagara ditty, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Walking on the beach, just strutting your style. This song's about you and me and this town. It's Mansion House, Jazz, and Market Square. Montebello Park, we've seen you there. This song's about this feeling going round. It's Happy Rolfsburgs and the old carousel, Port Dalhousie Beach that we know so well. This song's about you and me and this town. It's a hot dog lunch at Church and Queen, and more donut shops than you've ever seen. This song's about this feeling going round. St. Catharines, that hometown feeling strong. You've got that spirit in your heart, it's been here all along. St. Catharines, she'll never let you down. Hey, you all, we're all about this town. About 12 Mile Creek and the Baby Jays, Lakeside Park on a sunny day. This song's about you and me and this town. It's Trivial Pursuit and a headlight cheer. Shopping at the pen, we got it all here. This song's about this feeling going round. St. Catharines, that hometown feeling strong. You got that spirit in your heart, it's been here all along. St. Catharines, she'll never let you down. Hey, you all, we're all about this town. It's the GM plants and the Thorold blocks, Niagara peaches and the Ridley clock. This song's about you and me and this town. Here's to everyone who does their thing, like Wally O, the Polka King. This song's about this feeling going round. St. Catharines, that hometown feeling strong. You got that spirit in your heart, it's been here all along. St. Catharines, she'll never let you down. Hey, you all, we're all about this town. Your way from far and near. Now tell me, where else would you want to be? So listen up, you do us proud. Now turn it up, let's hear it loud. This town is really made for you and me. St. Catharines, that hometown feeling strong. You've got that spirit in your heart, it's been here all along. St. Catharines, she'll never let you down. Hey, you all, all about this town. St. Catharines, that hometown feeling strong. You got that spirit in your heart, it's been here all along. St. Catharines, she'll never let you down. Hey, you all.